So letting the heart resonate. I led practice on compassion for others. So we're going to be taking plenty of time to settle, calm, ground, and then we're going to be deliberately bringing to mind beings who are suffering. So go gently. If you find yourself getting overwhelmed, so spiraling into lots of painful thoughts, getting lost in emotion, or getting really locked up in the body, maybe just let go of the focus on others' suffering and come back to taking care of this body, heart and mind. Perhaps just simply resting with the breath, and perhaps feeling free to just open the eyes, if that helps. So if we're falling into some kind of suffering as a result of doing the practice, another possibility is to shift the focus to what we explored in the first session, self-compassion. So setting ourselves up for the practice, whether we're lying down or seated, remembering that whatever arises in the practice, that there's no need to force anything. Can we trust that if we're able to give it the right conditions, the heart will just do what it naturally longs to do, which is to open. We just need to give it the space, the right conditions to do that. And if it doesn't do that, the conditions, for whatever reason, weren't quite there. Can we just allow that to be okay? Perhaps starting with taking some deeper breaths, breathing up from the earth, up to the crown of the head and beyond. Letting the out breath wash through the body, helping us to let go as much as possible in this moment. Receiving the contact with the ground, cushions, carpet, feeling the sensations, pressure, texture, temperature. As we tune into the body, noticing where there's tightness, bringing a sensitivity, kind awareness to those places of tightness, perhaps bringing the breath there, breathing into those places, as if through the pores of the skin. Letting the breath bring space into those places of tightness. Bring openness. And we find space, openness in the belly. The hands, the feet. In the face, around the eyes. Opening to any sensations of tightness in the jaw, throat. Back of the neck. Just seeing how sensitive it's possible to be to whatever we find. Allowing the sensations to come close. Space across the back, across the chest, in the spine. Hips, pelvis, legs and feet. Can there be a sense of openness in the whole body? Openness and opening to whatever's there. Sense perhaps of the whole body breathing. And noticing the quality of the breath. Is it constricted or freely flowing? Is it shallow, subtle, or deep? And just noticing now the alignment of the body, and whether we're leaning away, pulling away. Seeing if there can be a sense of really resting at the center of it all, just allowing life to unfold through us, without being pushed or pulled by it. Noticing how our heart is right now. Can there somehow be a sense of ease or space around So if and when we're ready, allowing into our awareness someone who we know is suffering, and just allowing whoever comes. And as we do this, staying really close to our bodily experience, to the breath, to the heart. And seeing how much is possible to stay open in the body and keep the flow of breath washing through. And we keep a sense of space in the body, around the body. Lots of thoughts are arising about this person and their experience. Maybe simplifying, just having a simple sense of them, seeing them. While staying connected to our own body. Just seeing if it's possible to just very simply touch the reality of the suffering, of their suffering. And allow the heart to respond. Allow there to be a response. And can we just allow whatever comes, not making any of it wrong? All of it can be part of practice. Just noticing what's arising. Or is it possible to open, to be with the reality of suffering? Are we caught in our own emotional responses to that? Or does it feel a bit too much, so we're shutting down, shutting off? Checking if there's tightening in the body. It's going with some kind of closing down. Or some kind of entanglement in our own emotions. And seeing how much is possible to open to those sensations of tightness. Just let them be received with kindness. What happens if we do that? And the heart be open, both to this being who's suffering and to whatever's arising in this body, heart and mind in response. And checking the alignment of the body, seeing if we're subtly leaning away from experience. And what happens if we realign, sitting right at the center of it all? But not caught, not pushed or pulled. So perhaps staying with this one person, or perhaps if you're feeling steady and strong in heart, opening up to a whole situation where there's suffering, affecting a particular group or a country, or maybe an aspect of the environmental crisis. Health crisis in the world. If that's current. And again, noticing what happens in the body and seeing how much is possible to stay open, rooted, aligned, spacious. Can there be a sense of space around the body, in the heart, in the body? Can we be curious about our heart's response? Not making anything wrong. So for the last few minutes, letting go of any particular focus, any effort, and just sitting, sensitive to whatever's arising in experience through any of the senses, receiving all of it, allowing it all.